Brianna Martinez. I'm the owner and aesthetic injector at Muse Aesthetics and Laser in Tampa, Florida. We're doing a consultation today. This is Joha. She is 30 years old, just freshly turned 30, and so she really doesn't have any major skin concerns. She has beautiful skin, but is really just trying to preserve her youth and do a little anti-aging now that she is going into her 30s, so doing things that are a little bit more preventative. Do you have any areas of your face that you kind of want to target a little bit more, or is it just everywhere?
Everywhere.
Okay, sounds good. So whenever we're talking about any kind of like anti-aging, preventative, we always want to focus on your collagen, because that is, once you get into like mid to late 20s, that's when what starts happening is your collagen's breaking down, the elastin is breaking down every single day. And so when that happens, your skin thins out a bit and it gets less stretchy. And so the less stretchy means that it can't snap back kind of like it used to. It's a little bit more susceptible to damage. So that can be damage from anything. It can be from the sun, sun damage. It can be from if you do get a little pimple, a little hormonal pimple or something like that, it's more likely to pigment after, especially having a little bit of that darker skin. You're going to pigment a little bit more and have more of that susceptibility to the pigmentation issues. And then as it thins out too, as you make expressions, because we all move our faces throughout the day, the skin is, folding over and over and over. And so eventually it stays creased. And that's when you get those little fine lines and a little bit deeper wrinkles. So if we can treat, at the very beginning, treat that collagen to keep the skin nice and thick and firm and plump and more elastic, it's going to prevent a lot of those things down the line. So you can build collagen in lots of different ways. The easiest thing is going to be making sure you're using the right stuff at home. So especially if you're going to start investing into the treatments that we do here, you really want to preserve those results at home. So the main thing is going to be using a daily sunscreen. And I know everyone already knows that, but really, of course we want to prevent skin cancer and sun damage and all of those things, but the sun breaks down your collagen directly. So if we're doing things that are going to help build collagen, but you're not protecting your skin with that sunscreen, you're just breaking down the stuff that you're building. So you're really just chasing your tail. Okay. So using that, using a good retinol. It's really just going to help you get new baby skin cells faster. And that's what we want, is those new baby skin cells, getting off the kind of dead old stuff and then building a lot of that collagen. And that's what the retinol really helps with. Mm-hmm. So for anyone over the age of like 22, 23, everyone should be using sunscreen, but 22, 23, starting to use a good retinol will really help prevent a lot of things long term. And then as far as treatments goes, there's lots of different things with that. I really like focusing on the skin as a whole. So doing things that are going to help, again, build more collagen, build more baby skin cells. My two favorite things are microneedling and a CO2 laser. So the CO2 laser that we have here is the Tetra Pro. I like the Cool Peel specifically. That's one basically set of settings that we can do with the Tetra Pro. So it's a light CO2 laser where it's going to get you great results as traditional CO2 would, just without the crazy amount of downtime. So it's a lot easier to do. That is probably where I would recommend starting for you. Is we're not trying to treat anything specific, so we don't need to do a bunch of sessions, but even just doing one every like 6 to 12 months is really going to help build collagen as you're breaking it down as you get older. So our goal here is just to build more than you're breaking down. Even if you just did that, it'd be awesome. If you didn't want any downtime at all, microneedling is a pretty good option, but it is just a much more baby version of what the CO2 is doing. I'm kind of a person that if you're doing it, let's do it. Even the CO2 only has a couple days of like downtime. It's really not that crazy of downtime, because starting 48 hours after, you can wear makeup and like live your life. So it's really not too bad. And whenever we're talking about other treatments we can do, preventative Botox is always, the thing everyone wants to talk about. For you specifically, I would just kind of focus on that little forehead area here. So if you look in the mirror for me, make that mean face. Yep. So just preventing these little guys from getting settled in. We can do a little Botox in there. Raise your eyebrows really, really high. Getting kind of a little sprinkle in there as well to prevent that from settling in. And then do a big squinty smile like you're in the sun. Like squint really hard. Oh, you don't even have any real movement there. So for her, like, you don't have really crow's feet, so I'm not worried about those settling in long term. If you wanted, we could do a few units under the tail of your brow here, and that would give you a little lift. Some people like a little lift. But other than that, that's really all I would recommend. Just did those few treatments here and there. You would really put off a lot of more aggressive treatments in the future.